Hello, everybody. It is cold in here, so it is currently 9 degrees Fahrenheit outside. I'm not sure what that is Celsius. I'll put it somewhere over here for you. But, yeah, so we're out here in the shop, and we're over in kind of the solo stove area. I've got the Silverfire Scout. I've got this is the Amazon, oh, geez. I think it's the Wahoo, or I don't know. It was like a $14 gasification stove. And of course, I've got my solo stoves over here. My other gasification stoves are on the other end. I try to keep my Bush Buddy and my solo stoves separated. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about why we're here today. I was asked numerous times, and I've always been asked, what windscreen do I use? I have been using the same windscreen for 6 years. When I bought this solo stove set here, I got the entire kit. Very, very well made, solid, bomb-proof kit. It still looks new after 6 years. And I use my stoves a lot. I may not use my stove, or I may not show a video every time I use my stoves or a picture, but it's what I do. It's my collection. I love my stoves. So you can see the stove's nice and clean right now. I was trying a little something with it. I was actually using Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, and it just wipes it right off. It's absolutely crazy. But anyway, what we're here today to talk about is my windscreen. So here's the windscreen that had come with my solo stove here. It's a brilliant, brilliant piece of gear. I absolutely love it. I'll put the measurements right below us there. And I tell you what, it has been not just a good windscreen, but if I'm in an area where it's calm and it hasn't been very windy and I need to use something on the ground, that's why it's really, really toasted, I'll put it right on the ground to help just kind of keep a barrier. I think this works really, really good, and it takes down the weight of carrying like one of those small aluminum tables with you. I mean, this does a great job. I've never got any scorch marks through it on the ground. But as you can see, after 6 years, this has taken some abuse, and this back hinge here has finally broken off, and that's what keeps my little pin on here to help stabilize it in windy climates. So I could continue to use this just as a wind block on a shallow day, or really kind of a breezy day but not a windy day, or I could use it also, it's so cold out, it took my breath away for a minute there. I could also use it just to kind of help as a heat retention around my stoves. But I decided to go online and start looking for some other windscreens here. So my problem is I am a creature of absolute habit. I don't know about you guys, but I like stuff that I like, and I will continue to buy it. So I went on Amazon, and I went on to some other websites, and I looked at a bunch of different windscreens. Saw some bigger ones, I saw some smaller ones, I saw some shorter ones, some longer ones. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. But I noticed that I just kept thinking, well, it's not quite the same one that I have. This nice flat anodized aluminum, I really liked that. So I finally just went to solostove.com. I got my new one over here. And I picked up the new Solo Stove windscreen. So let's put them next to each other and compare them real quick. It's just a windscreen, nothing spectacular or scientific, but I thought I would do a video on this windscreen because I've been asked so many times about it. So here is the new windscreen. You can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 panels. 8 panels seems to do me just fine. It goes all around most of my stoves that I use. I use my firebox stove. I use my Amberlit stoves. I use my Bushcraft Essential stoves, my hot ash stoves. They've all used the same large 8-panel windscreen. I've had 0 issues. I'm able to get coverage, and I'm also able to still feed my stoves. So If you look, there are these little stabilizer pins that go into the ground when you are setting up your windscreen. And they really just kind of help the windscreen wrap around your stove, wrap around your area, and just really help keep it still, not moving around and stuff like that. Unfortunately, on a really windy day, you're probably gonna fight that. It doesn't matter what you have put on the ground. I'll tend to put these 2 pins down, and I might take another tent stake and stick it in the middle, and it just really helps keep a form. That's with any windscreen, of course. Let's look at these 2 together. I've noticed one big difference right off the bat by opening it. If you look here, let me get closer, let me step behind. If you look, this is now a raised design. Doesn't that look really cool? It's stamped in there with their little Solo Stove symbol. The old school design, which this is 6 years old, it was a printed on design. I don't know if it was a printed on design or if it was like a stained on design. Probably a chemical reaction, but that's it. Both anodized aluminum. I'm really happy with my purchase. Hopefully that just answers the question. I do have a smaller, shorter windscreen. It's not from Solo Stove. It's from Vargo, and it goes with my little small Vargo stove that I have. And if you're interested in that, I will whip it out. I'll get the windscreen out and show you guys. All right, well, all this talk about windscreens, it's in Solo Stove. I'm going to grab a Solo Stove. And I am actually going to take it out, do a little bit of a burn on it, because I want to break in my windscreen, all nice and pretty. And I think that's probably going to be one of the best ways to do it. So I have all these fun little bags here, which are for the Solo Stove. I have them all over the place. I really, really like to keep the debris down. Cool little bag that your stove goes in. You take your stove, drop it in your pot, put on the lid. Not bad for a 6-year-old stove, huh?